Hello everyone, I and Larry have worked on COVID 19 and misinformation as our final project. As we all know, COVID 19 has been declared as a pandemic by WHO, and the social media and all digital media is exploding with information about the disease. As of April 23rd, 2020, there were over 5.5 million tweets published on Twitter about the disease itself. A lot of this information is fake and inaccurate, which is causing panic, poor physical and mental health outcomes, and media fatigue. While researching about the problem and our model, we realized that there is not enough data set and there has not been enough work on creating a data set which uniquely identifies fake and incorrect information about the disease. This is primarily because the virus itself is very novel and is still under research. So the data set that we used was published on GitHub and Kaggle. It basically consisted of tweet IDs, which we hydrated to get the tweet text, cleansed the database, limited the tweets to the ones published in English language, and then did some basic textual formatting. As for our machine learning model, we used a recurrent neural network. What the model did looks something like this. We started by importing the libraries, fetching the data set, reading and filtering the data set, and then vectorizing the text, which is basically giving each character a numerical representation. Then we moved on to creating training examples, dividing it into batches, defining a model, and then predicting the tweets. So, what our model does is it takes the different tweets available on COVID 19, is trained on them, and then generates machine generated fake tweets about the disease. Uh, what a model looks like is something like this. The RNN has three layers: an input layer, a gated recurrent unit with 1024 units as one of the layers, and then the output layer. We started by training with 20,000 tweets in English. The plan is to be done training with a million tweets by the end of next week. Uh, we played with different parameters to change how our predicted tweets look like. These parameters were temperature, optimizer, and the number of epochs or training cycles. Here is a snippet of what our code looks like. So you can see all the text processing is being done here, character vectorization is being done here, and then moving forth more text processing, and then creating the training examples, dividing it into batches, defining our model, the various layers inside of it. Then we start like training 30 epochs, and then the prediction happens here. And then this is small graph, which we'll see later. As for the result for model performance, we tested with three different optimizers and found out that Adam optimizer performed the best. We trained for 50 epochs and saw that after like around 24 to between the 24 to the 30th epoch, the loss started to increase and then it kept on increasing. Um, Also, for the temperature parameter, the lower the values, the better results we got. Uh, then we developed a user-facing component for our model, which is basically a website which we use to crowdsource the credibility of our predicted tweets. It's basically a quiz format where a user is given a mix of human and machine generated tweets, and they are asked to identify which one is human generated and which one is machine generated, and there is a binary scoring that tells them their score. The front end is done in React and the back end using Python and Firebase. On the right, you can see some of the tweets that are model generated. The first one is a little bit bizarre. The second one you can see as a link, some hashtags, and a phrase that says people going to combat coronavirus outbreak. The third one is pretty good. It has someone tagged, a few hashtags, then a phrase, English phrase like not to believe. And then there's a use of some emojis, which makes it more credible when it comes to something written by the humans on a social media platform. As for the takeaways, we learned that generating fake text about any topic is very easy and very quick. Misinformation is ubiquitous. Language constructs that are used on social media are very different from any other communication mode. So while developing a model for tackling languages on social media, the dick constructs are very different. Training a machine learning model is equally important as how you design your model, and curriculum training gives you more control on how you train your model. Finally, we would like to thank our professor, Dr. Donna Gurari, our TA, Florian, and our friends and colleagues who made this learning experience so much fun. Thank you. Stay home, save lives.